Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing a video on how I get these custom LEGO Phase 2 helmets. So basically, how I make these helmets is, it's a process called resin casting, and so basically, it's kind of like injection molding, but it's like injection molding on a budget. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys in the video today. So let's head over and see how I do it. Let's go. Okay, so here is kind of like where I do all my resin casting. So you're going to need, for the final part, you're going to need two things. So that's going to be your liquid resin and your mold. So this is my mold. It's a 2-part mold. You can also do 1-part resin casting, but I'm just going to be going over 2-part casting. So first what you do is you make a mold box. I just made this out of random Lego parts, and then you set down a small layer of Play-Doh or clay or whatever. I used Play-Doh. So let's just say that this is the clay or whatever you're using. So you just flatten it out, put it down in here, and then you place your helmets. Place your helmets here, wherever you want to place them. So it's going to kind of look like that. It's not going to have these. It's just going to be a flat block of Play-Doh. And then you want to set your helmets down. And then after that, you pour in your mold solution. So there's 2 parts in here. This is mold solution. There's 2 parts. They have the catalyst right there, and they have the base. So you mix those two. Let's see, it says, I believe, it says 2 fluid ounces base to 1 scoop of catalyst. So you mix that, you pour in the amount. So you pour it in over all of your things that you want to make copies of, and then so this will be what it looks like when it's all dry. But before you pour in this, you want to make some keys right here, so you can identify which side goes to what side and stuff like that. And then you also want to put some spouts, see, like these, to actually pour in your resin. Otherwise, you're just going to have a block of rubber. So I have 3 Phase 2 clone helmets, 1 BrickArms Brody helmet, and 1 Lego Earth Trooper helmet mold. So this is all still Play-Doh, and then you pour in your mold solution, and then you probably want to leave it overnight to let it dry. So once it's dry, it's gonna be this. And then you want to take this top part out and flip it over. Whoops. Flip this over, flip your mold box over. I just took off the bottom plate. And to take out the Play-Doh, and then what you want to do is you're going to be back to where you started with the mold box with nothing inside it. You want to take your dried top half, place it in, and then you want to put in some non-stick kitchen oil or anything like that to prevent the second half of your mold to stick together. Otherwise, that's going to be a big problem. So, yeah, there's several helpful videos on how to do this. I'll link one down that was actually really helpful. So, after you put in your top half, flip it upside down. Yep. And just spray the whole thing with non-stick cooking oil. And then you want to mix some more mold solution, pour it in here, and that's going to become this. And again, you want to leave it overnight to let it dry. And yeah, so once you're done, it's going to look like this. You can just peel it right off. If you use the non-stick cooking oil, it's going to peel right off. If you didn't, you're probably going to have to redo your mold, because the non-stick oil is one of the most important parts to getting your mold right. There's tons of tutorials on YouTube on how to resin cast and mold making and stuff like that. So, yeah, this is just a brief overview. So once you have your mold that you like and that you are satisfied with, you can just, hold on. There we go. You can just take the both halves and just pop them together. And then to actually make copies like this, this is a resin cast copy. It turned out really good, if I do say so myself. And to make resin copies, you need the amazing casting resin kit. You can probably buy more than one kit if you want to make a lot, but I've already made quite a few helmets, and I've only used half, or not even half, the bottle of the 2 bottles. Yeah, you can buy from other companies, but I'm using this brand. So yeah, this is a 1-to-1 ratio, so you want to pour in the same amount of both. And I usually, this is my resin casting cup here. There's some dried resin in it, but just 1-to-1 ratio. So if you pour in 5 milliliters of B, you want to pour in 5 milliliters of A also, and then mix them for probably 30 seconds. You only have a small window of a minute to get it poured into here, so you want to mix it. You want to mix it quickly but carefully. Try to not spill anything on you. You probably want to wear gloves while you're doing this. And then once you've got it, pour it into all of your little cavities here. I advise that you use like a guide for your resin to pour through. Instead of just pouring it straight from the cup, I hold this stick to help guide it into the cavities. And with my leftover mold solution, I also made a mold for, this is actually a 1-part mold, one part mold for the BrickArms M1 Garand and M1 Carbine. So that didn't really turn out well, so I advise if you want to make like BrickArms or Lego helmets, you should probably go with 2-part mold making. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Sorry if it was a bit messy. But yeah, so just make your mold and then mix your resin, pour it in, and done. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this guy for today's video. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the other resin casting and mold making videos if you guys are interested. It really is an effective and really budget way to get some really rare copies of some parts. I know just Phase 2 helmets like Lego brand are going to be quite expensive, maybe like $3-4 per piece. Even knockoff ones, if you do the math, they're like $1 or $2 a piece. But for the resin cast set, it's probably gonna cost you maybe $12, and you can make tons of them. And the mold is probably gonna cost maybe like another $12, so $24 for like what you can probably make, like if you're really into it and you're really skilled, you could probably make well over 30, maybe. Yeah, 30 or more you can make. If you're not that good, don't worry, just keep trying. I wasn't really good at first, but I kept trying, and they turned out really good. So, yeah. So that's gonna do it for today's video, this week's video, whatever. Probably gonna be more videos coming out this week. But hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.